Hello guys, welcome to ROMUS Cinema and welcome to my first tutorials, and as many of you know about text. So the key point here is I'm going to teach you how to create a text frame like tag. So this is my video, so this is what we are going to do today. This is my video. As you can see, there's pictures, there's animations, and the animation fading and fading inside of the text frame, and you can still see the animation inside of the text frame. So so let's begin to do our text frame tutorial. So now let's create a new composition. And by the way, don't worry, all the things we are going to need today are all inside of the After Effects. So let's create a new comp, and let's name this comp maybe ROMUS comp, because we are only going to create the text inside of this comp. So we are going to create a text that is ROMUS. Okay. So let's say this preset HDV 720. Yeah. Okay, click OK, and let's create the text here. Let's click ROMUS. Well, if you want to change text, you can change here. The text style you can find here. You can change the text style here. Okay. So, but personally, I prefer the Ibrima. Maybe that's pronounced Ibrima. So, okay. So let's put this text in the middle, and click this button here, and click title, action save, and let's click this middle. As you can see, as I move the text, there's a point in the middle of the text, and now we have to move the point in the middle of the frame here. Okay, good. So so now let's pre-compose the text, and let's name the compose. Okay, ROMUS comp 1. Good. Okay, so now let's create a background comp. So now let's create another new comp, and maybe named text frame. Okay, let's name text frame. Okay, let's name. Click OK, and let's create a new solid. And click color. Click black. Black is okay. Okay, let's create a new solid. Okay. So now I want to create a background that looks like this. As you can see, there's many squares in the background. Okay, many squares in the background. Okay, so let's create a background. Okay, so let's click effect and noise and fractal noise. And now here you can see there's a noise. So now you can see there's noise type. And now let's change the noise type to block. As you can see, now we change the noise type to block, like square, like circular square. And well, if you want to, you can change fractal type. You can change any fractal type you like, and let's change. You can change fractal type. There's many fractal type here. Okay, let's stay rocky. Okay. So here comes to another problem. Now the text frame, the background cannot move. The background doesn't move. It's just the background. And now you want to animate the background. Well, don't worry. Let's save the keyframe on this background and create some animation. Well, by the way, if you think the square of the background is too big, too large for you, well, here you can change the scale. You can click here, subsetting and subscaling, and you can scale it down. Now, as you can see, the square looks just much smaller than before, but I prefer 56. Yeah. Okay, so now let's click the evolution option here, and oh no, not the evolution option, just the evolution. Okay, now you can see we can click this. We can make the evolution up a little bit. As you can see, the position of the background, the squares, is just not the same as before because we just make it move. So, well, now we want to make it keep moving. So, well, now you can see the here has a little watch here. Now click the watch here. Okay, now just set back to 0 and click the watch here and go back to the end of the comp and maybe set it to 3. Yeah, 3 will be okay. And now you can see, this is magic part. Now you can see my background move, and it looks just so beautiful, very nice. Okay, well, if some of you want to do more changes on this background, well, I have a way for you, I have a method for you, and we can rotate the background. And now let's find the rotation. Okay, so now we find the rotation, sub-rotation. Okay, now let's do it again, do just the same. Now let's click the stopwatch here. Now click here. No, click here. Sub-rotation. Now let's click here and still to the end, and let's click 3. And now you can see the background doesn't just move, and it rotate as well. Whoa, very nice. Okay, so now this is exactly what we wanted. Okay, so now let's comes to the most exciting part. Now we are going to create the text frame, and this is the most important part here, and this won't be very hard, and I will show you that. Okay, so now we have a comp named ROMUS. We have a ROMUS comp which contains our text inside of the comp. Okay, so now let's bring our comp. Okay, now let's bring our comp inside of the text frame comp here, and now let's duplicate the back solid. Okay, maybe we can rename the back solid background, and now let's duplicate the background, and now let's name this background to maybe ROMUS text background. Yeah, good, ROMUS text background. And now let's click target match. Well, if you cannot find the target match, don't worry, here is the button here for you. Click the toggle switches mode, and now you can switch the mode here, and you can find the target. And now let's click the target button on the ROMUS text background. Click here and click alpha mid ROMUS. Well, now you cannot find the text. Now close the background, click the eyes here, and you will make it invisible. Now that close the background here. Well, here you go. Now our text background just we just put our background inside of the text. Now you can see it's very beautiful, and the black and the animation are still exist inside the background, and you can still see the animation inside of the text frame, which is very cool and which is exactly what we wanted. As you can see, that play this, wow, really nice. Okay, so if you want to, you can do changes on this background. You can click T, you can bring up the opacity, and still if you want to do the animation, you can click this stopwatch here. Okay, and the opacity, and what is the opacity going to do is to fade your text. Now as you can see, as I turn down the opacity, the text just seems almost invisible. So now you know what the opacity is going to do. and now we can create some animation with its opacity. Okay, so that's maybe this start from 2 seconds, and now let's click this keyframe here, and maybe we set it to 0, and maybe we let it pop out at 4 seconds and set it to 100. And as you can see now, as we are in the maybe first second or maybe at the beginning, we don't see any text, but as you can see as we played it, yeah, the text popped out. Okay, so now the next we are going to do is to animate the background. Okay, so let's click T. So click T, the background here, and now let's bring back the background. Okay, our background here. Okay, we click this watch here, and maybe between 2 and 3 seconds, we bring this to 0, bring this down to 0. So now everyone can see the text pop out. Okay, so let's play it. Nice. Okay, so now, as you can see, the animation of the background looks exactly the same. Okay, so the last things we are going to do is to make the scatter animation. As you can see my video here, my background just has been scattered already, and it just came together and become a whole background. Okay, and that is very cool, and now we are going to do this. Okay, so as you can see, here is our background, and as you can find a button here next to the character, you can find effect and preset, and let's click here, and you can find your search place here. Okay, now click CC Scatterize, and now let's put the CC Scatterize right on the background. And as you can see, the effect control, the CC Scatterize just pop out inside of this effect control, and now we have scatter, right twist, left twist, transfer mode. Okay, now we are going to scatter, and now let's put up the scatter, and as you can see, my background just being scattered by the CC Scatterizing, which is really cool. And well, if you want to make this scatter look more smaller, well, you can just scatter it up, and of course we want to do the animation of the scatter, so let's click this watch again and scatter is up, and maybe about between 1 and 2 seconds, and scatter it to 0. Okay, so now you can see it just, okay, nice, this is exactly what we wanted. Okay, so well, if you want to do more about the animation, okay, here's the things for you. It is right twist or left twist, wherever you want to twist the background. Well, maybe for me just right twist. And of course we want to do the animation. Okay, let's click the watch here, and maybe we can start from 90 degree, and as you can see here, the background just been twisted, but we want the background to back to the original, so maybe still between 1 second, 2 seconds, let's bring this back to 0 degree. Okay, so now this is perfect. Wow, nice. Now we have scatter and twist and the text frame here. Okay, so basically that's all, guys. So I hope you find it useful, and I hope you enjoy it, and if you like it, please the like button below.